Welcome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our class. Okay, I'm Richard, and we are going to be looking at the reading part three of the PET preliminary exam. Okay, um, if you are joining us, please write me a message, tell me where you're from. Okay, um, tell me when you're going to do the exam, and if you're having problems with any of the sound, if you can't hear me, let me know in the chat. All right, guys? Yeah, is the sound okay? So I'm gonna share my screen. I can see we've got two attendees, which is fantastic. Thank you, Robin, for letting me know. So let me share my screen here. Okay, so part three. Let's kick off with a question, something for everybody to think about. Um, Look at the picture and see if you can complete the phrase. All right. If you think you know what the word is, then write it in the chat. Please let me know in the chat. Okay. I'll give you a minute to see if you can think of the word which goes here. All right. Let me know in the chat if you think you've got the answer. Fairly obvious, I think. If we look at the picture. Any takers? Right. Let's have a look. It is a race against time. A nice little phrase, a race against time. And of course, our exam is a race against time. We have 45 minutes for the exam. All right. Now, you will see that before we talk about the timing of the exam, you will see that I've put in green a nice little phrase. Let's kick off with a question. This is a great phrasal verb. It's quite new, in fact. It comes from a sport that you may know. And if you stay with me in the class, I will show you how you can use it in the exam to get some nice marks. All right. I would say this is a B2, B1, B2 phrase. So stick with me, okay, while we talk about part three of the PET exam. And you will be rewarded at the end with some nice phrases on how to use this amazing little phrasal verb. Let's kick off with a question. All right. We'll come back to that. But let's get back to the timing of the exam. So you have 45 minutes for the exam. Today is Wednesday, 6 o'clock. So this means it's class with me. In fact, last class we talked about part two, and I mentioned that this part takes a bit longer. All right. It takes quite a lot of time. If you want to go back and have a look at that later, have a look at that class, you'll get the detail on how to do part two. But we're looking at part three today. And I would say that this is a 6 or 7 minuter because if you divide the exam up and give yourself a bit of time to review, you get about 6 or 7 minutes per question. All right. Now, today we're practicing, so we're not going to worry too much about time for the moment. But as you practice the parts of the exam more and more, you need to be more conscious of this race against time. All right. But for today, we'll practice. We'll look at it in a bit more detail. So let's move on. And a question for everybody. What does part three look like? Okay. What does this part of the exam look like? Write your answers in the chat if you think you know, if you've seen it already before. All right. Or just let me know you're here. Say hello, say your name, say where you're from. All right. Let's have a look at part three. Now, I'm going to zoom this a bit. Let's zoom in a bit bigger. All right. Now, you will see part three consists of questions 11 to 15, which means that there are 5 questions. All right. Let's put that down here. And I'll just scroll down a little bit. Okay. Now, you will see what you've got is a fairly long text. Okay. And then you've got questions with 4 different options, A, B, C, and D. All right. Now, I've only put the 4 questions here. I'll tell you why in a moment. All right. Now, let me just use the rubber here. Okay. Get rid of this as well. Now, something that I would love if I were you, okay, about this part of the exam is that the questions correspond to the text. Okay, so what I mean is question 11 corresponds to the first paragraph. You will find the answer to question 11 in the first paragraph. You will find the answer to question 12 in the second paragraph. You will find the answer to question 13 in the third paragraph. And now you know where you're going to find the answer to question 14, no? In the last paragraph. So this is beautiful because this means that you do not need to read the text and all the questions first, and then come back to it, waste time. What I would recommend that you do for questions 11, 12, 13, 14. So let's start with question 11. Start with question 11 first. Read the question, highlight your keywords. And then look in the first paragraph for your answer. Then the next thing you do is read question 12, underline your keywords. And then look in the second paragraph for your answer. All right. You don't need to read the entire text first. That's a waste of a minute or two. All right. And question 13, question 14, the same. Yeah. So that's how we do it with questions 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now I'll zoom out a little bit. I'll go to fit. I've separated this. I've separated question 15 because question 15 is slightly different. Let's zoom in again. Okay, yeah. We have a look at this question. What would be a good introduction to this article? Now, asking us that means that we need a global understanding of the text, an overall understanding of the text. Okay, I'm going to put that in a note because that's an important point. For question 15 needs a global or overall understanding of the text. So let's move that down here. Yeah, as an important point. All right. So question 15 does not correspond to one paragraph. It corresponds to all of the paragraphs. All right. The good news is you have read all the paragraphs already. Yeah, when you were doing questions 11, 12, 13, and 14. All right. So by the time you get to question 15, you should have a good idea of what is correct. All right. Yeah, I can see there's 3 people. Hi, guys. Let me just, yeah, I'll say hello in the chat, guys. Okay. Let me know. Let me know your name, where you're from. Okay. Anything else of interest? Okay, I'll be glad to hear from you. Okay, guys. So back to me, or back to the exam. Yeah. So a summary. All right. What does part 3 look like? You've got it's a reading text. It's multiple choice, A to D. Okay. Questions 11 to 14 follow the order of the text. As I said, 11 goes with 1. 12, the answer will be in paragraph 2. 13, the answer will be in paragraph 3. And 14, the answer will be in paragraph 4. And question 15 matches the overall context. So question 15 refers to the entire text, all right, which you should have an answer for by the time you've done 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, guys? Good. Okay. Any questions? Please write them in the chat. Okay. It's not just me talking. I'm here to help. If you want to know anything, please ask me. Okay, guys. So I talked about underlining. You saw me underline. I always mention this for these reading parts of the exam. The strategies are very similar. To do the exam as fast as possible and to make sure that you get all the marks. This is what we're here for. Yeah. In summary, yeah, I want all the marks. I want the question done as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Okay. It is a race against time. So if we do these things well, it gives us more minutes for other questions. Yeah, we never know when we're going to have difficulties. So it's all about strategy and being efficient. All right. So let's look at some strategies. Okay. Feel free as well to write in some strategies you may know. Okay. So as I said at the beginning, read it question by question. All right, we're going to start with question 11. We know that the answer is in paragraph 1. Underline our key answers. All right, our key questions and our key vocabulary. Yeah, so let's have a look at 11. We're going to underline our key vocabulary. So Peter enjoys mountain biking. Okay, because, well, we've got 4 options. It gives him the opportunity to enjoy the views. Okay, he can use the time to plan his work. He's able to stop thinking about his problems, or it helps him to concentrate better. All right, so we're looking out for these ideas in the text. As I've said before, the ideas are expressed in the text using different vocab. So it's not as easy as finding the same words. You're going to get different vocabulary in the text. All right. Now, a point that I often make is this: watch out for the old distractors. Okay, a distractor is something that is going to confuse you and make you write the wrong answer. I mention this every class when it comes to the reading and the listening. Okay, yeah, distractor will give you the wrong idea. Okay, and make you choose the wrong answer. Okay, so that is something you need to be mindful of. Okay, now I will give you an example of a distractor right here. Okay, we look at D. It helps him to concentrate better. All right, now we read this: you are too busy concentrating on not crashing. All right, the words are the same, but that means be careful. That does not mean that's the same answer. You need to look at the global context of the paragraph to make your decision. All right, as soon as I see this, as soon as I see the same word, okay, I am suspicious and I'm starting to think, is that a distractor? I'll put a little question mark there. okay? Because this could be the wrong answer. All right, so we've got to be careful there. Yeah. So let's see if we can do this question together. Okay, I'll move this up. Okay, so we can see it. So hello, Luis. Hi. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. Okay. Welcome back, Luis. Luis is a regular student. Okay. So welcome, Luis. No problem, Luis. Good to see you. Good to hear from you today. So let me just rub this out. Okay. I want a highlighter. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. So let's highlight. Okay. Peter enjoys mountain biking. Okay, as we said, it gives him the opportunity to enjoy the views. He can use the time to plan his work. He's able to stop thinking about his problems. It helps him to concentrate better. So we're looking in the text for similar ideas which are expressed in a different way. All right. So let's have a look at the text. Yeah. In fact, we'll put that in red because we're aware that that could be a distractor. Okay. All right, we're going to read the paragraph. Okay. Peter Fuller talks about his hobby. Artists are not supposed to be into sport. Mountain biking is a huge part of his life. It gets me out of the studio and into the countryside. More importantly, racing along as fast as you can leaves you no time to worry about anything that's going on in your life. You're too busy concentrating on not crashing. The only things you pay attention to are the pain in your legs and the rocks on the path in front of you. Okay, right, we've underlined our keywords in the answer. We've read our text very carefully. We're looking for similar ideas. We can also, as I've mentioned in one of my videos, we can also eliminate the wrong answers to give us more chance of getting the correct answer. All right. So let's start with A. It gives him the opportunity to enjoy the views. Okay. Do we see anything about views here? Can anybody find anything about views? Any word which talks about what you can see, beautiful landscapes, anything like that? I can't see anything about views. He says the only thing you pay attention to are the pain in your legs and the rocks on the path in front of you. These are not views. Okay. I'm going to say that is probably wrong. I'm going to eliminate that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Now we've got 3 left and less chance of getting it wrong. All right. This is being efficient. So he can use the time to plan his work. Right. We need to find something about planning if this is to be correct. It gets me out of the studio into the countryside, racing along as fast as you can. It leaves you no time to worry about anything that's going on in your life. Right. If you've got no time to worry about what's going on in your life, you do not have time to plan. So we're going to say a no here. So we've got C and D. All right. He is able to stop thinking about his problems, or it helps him to concentrate better. Let's have a look. Racing along as fast as you can leaves you no time, okay, to worry about anything that's going on in your life. All right, this is a similar idea to he's able to stop thinking about his problems. All right, so let's put a little dot there, okay, as a possible answer. Yeah. Now, to make sure we are 100% right, we'll check that D is incorrect and see if we can discard that. Okay. I said this is a possible distractor because you've got the same word, concentrate and concentrating. That is normally a trick. Be careful when you see that. So that's why I put it in red. Let's have a look. You're too busy concentrating on not crashing. The only thing you pay attention to are the pain in your legs and rocks. Right, that does not help you to concentrate better in general. you are worried about crashing and nothing else. Yeah, that's the only thing you're concentrating on. So I think we can eliminate that, and we can go for C as our definite answer. All right. Very good. So take screenshots of the page, guys, if you need to. Yeah, anything to help you. And as I said, introduce yourself in the chat. Ask me any questions in the chat if you have anything you need to know. Let's move on. Right, we've got the second paragraph, and we know the answer corresponds to 12 because they come in order for the first 4 questions. And we've got the third paragraph, which we know corresponds to answer 13 because the answers come in order, as we've said. Yeah. Let me see if I can zoom a little bit. How's that? No, we're not able to see everything. I'll have to zoom out again, I think. Yeah. Right. I am going to turn the questions over to you guys. I want you to follow the strategies that I've gone through in the previous slide. All right. And see if you can find the answers to 12 and 13. All right. As I said, just a quick recap. Look for ideas which match. You are looking for different ways to express the same ideas. Eliminate any wrong answers and watch out for distractors. All right. Don't forget to underline vocabulary. This helps your brain see things clearly. It's more efficient. It speeds up the process. And as we said, it is a race against time. You want to do things as quickly as possible. Look at my page. I've underlined all over. All right. You should do the same. Take a screenshot if you need to and draw all over it. All right. We've got 2 questions. I'll be generous today. Let's give you 4 minutes, okay, and then we'll recap together. So I'm just going to share my screen with a timer. So have patience. You'll see my face in full now. Okay, I hope that's not too overwhelming. Now, what I want to do is share my entire screen here. Yes, there we go. Right, we're back. I can move that out of the way, and I should be able to put my timer on there in the corner. Yes, I can. Right, you've got 4 minutes, guys. All right. I'll do the underlining to help you if you're not able to take a screenshot. If you are able to take a screenshot, you can do it yourself. Please ask me questions in the chat if you need to, right? You've got 4 minutes, but you're welcome to ask me. We're practicing, okay? It's not a test, all right? Do your best to get the answers following the strategies that I've talked about, but I'm here to help, okay? So if you have questions, I'm delighted to answer them. Okay, Luis, you've put an answer in there. Okay. Uh, if you can tell me why you've chosen C, that will be fantastic. I'm not going to say whether you're right or wrong. I'm just going to smile. Yeah. But if you can tell us why you've chosen C, just write a little sentence that you picked from the paragraph. That would be amazing. Yeah. Right. We're on 4:20 now. I think I'll leave it to 5 minutes and then we can feed back together. Okay, Luis, you're still on 13. I'll give you a bit more time. All right. As I said, let's say 5.5 minutes. Right. What do we think for 13? Okay. Now, I'll point out here each sentence uses because, so that, in order to, or to. All right. It's the reason. Why did he return to cycling? What was the reason for this? Yeah. And why did he return? Okay. Let's wrap it up and we can talk about the answers. Okay. Okay, Luis wrote in C, and he gave us this keyword. The bikes we had weren't built for that, and they often broke. Excellent, you're quite right. Okay, this is a synonym for that idea. Oh, Luis, just over time, you've come through with question D as well. Right, I'll smile again. All right, can you tell us why you've chosen question D, please? I know it may be a guess, maybe you've eliminated some ideas. You're right. Why did you choose question D? Let us know, Luis. 2 out of 2. What does it say in the text? Right, he gave up skating. Yeah. Okay. I did that for a decade. Yeah. Until falling onto hard surfaces started to hurt too much. Mountain biking seemed a fairly safe way to keep fit. So I took that up instead. Yeah. Yeah. Quite right. Excellent, Luis. Now, as I said, the information is communicated in different ways with different vocabulary. I think this is a good opportunity for me just to draw your attention to two phrasal verbs, two very useful expressions at B1, which are give up and take up. Right, let's move them over here, just down the bottom. Over here, hopefully, yeah, you can see them. They're kind of the opposite. Give up is to stop something. Okay, and take up is to start something. Normally, a hobby. Okay. So what you had with D was you had the idea of giving up, and then the opposite idea of taking something up, which is why Luis will have made this connection. Okay, and excuse me, I'll just make the point here that it's really useful to do your homework in terms of your knowledge of B1 vocabulary, and especially these B1 phrasal verbs. Okay, if Luis and anybody else who got the right answer, if you had not known give up and take up, you had less chance of getting the answer right. Okay, so knowing that, doing your grammar homework and your vocabulary homework gives you that chance in the exam. It's not just about strategy. All right, you could still have a chance of getting the answer right by eliminating according to context, as we've talked about. All right, but that knowledge is unbeatable. All right, so do your homework. Yeah, do your grammar, do your vocab. All right, right. Well done, everybody, if you got that right. Okay, if not, hopefully this has helped you understand why we've chosen these answers. Okay, before we move on, just to reiterate, I'll draw your attention to a distractor in 13, unfit, which is unhealthy. Okay, and we've got a similar word here, fit. Again, this is not the right answer. Different context, similar vocabulary to confuse you. Always be careful of the distractor. Yeah, every question has them. Right. So we have looked at 11, 12, and 13, which, as I said, I'm not going to make you dizzy there. Let me look at the entire question. Just give me a moment. Let's pull it up on the screen. Yeah, here we go. As I said, the answers to 11, 12, 13, and 14 correspond or match, with a paragraph. All right. 15 is different. So let's have a look in a bit more detail at question 15. Here we go. So question 15 needs a global or overall understanding of the text. Yeah. Look at text with a T. Yeah. So you should have an idea. We've looked at 11, 12, and 13. We've probably got a good idea of which one of these is going to be better. All right. What would be a good introduction to this article? Now, it's still a very good idea to read through the questions and underline the key words. All right. So have a look, guys. Take a screenshot again if you need to, so that you can underline, or you can just look at me underlining. All right. And I'll underline the keywords. I'm going to use a pen this time. Okay. So I'm not obscuring. So A, for Peter Fuller, nothing matters more than mountain biking, not even his career. Here in his own words, he tells us why. Right. So in other words, this A is saying that his job or mountain biking is more important than his job. All right. Is that what the text is saying? Okay. B, artist Peter Fuller takes mountain biking pretty seriously. Here he describes how it all began and what he gets out of it. In other words, he's going to talk about, if this is correct, he's going to talk about when he started and how it makes him feel. Yeah. C, in this article, he explains how he became an artist only as a result of his interest in mountain biking. Right. That would mean that he was an artist first, or sorry, he did mountain biking first, and then he decided to become an artist because of mountain biking. So we need to look for a reason if that's true. Yeah. D, after discovering mountain biking late in life. Okay, so this implies he discovered it when he was an adult or when he was older. Peter gave up art to concentrate on getting as good as possible. Right. You should know the answer if you've done the questions. If you're not sure, take time to read the entire text again. All right. I'll write that down. Okay. If you are still not sure about the answer to 15 after doing 11 to 14, then read the text again. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a minute to read it. All right. And then together we'll decide which the answer is, A, B, C, or D. Okay, so let me put my clock up here. I'll have to reset it. So reset button there. Okay, yeah, reset. All right. Give you a minute to decide. Please write in the chat if you think you've got the right answer. Let us know. Give me a reason as well. On the other hand, you can give me a reason why one of the letters is not correct. All right. And I will start you off with that. I'm going to eliminate A, all right, because he says he has problems at work and cycling helps him forget for a while. This is in paragraph 1, all right? That means that A is impossible, all right? His career is important, yeah? Block back. Okay, so I'm looking for the correct answer or possibly eliminating some answers as well. Oh, we're over a minute now. Let's go to 2 minutes and then we'll stop there. Right, guys, that's it. That's time out, yeah? So, write your answers in the chat. What do you think, guys? I've got my eye on the chat. Yeah. I'm looking for a letter. Looking at my second screen here, which has got the chat. Anybody? Any takers? B, C, or D? Okay, Robin, you're telling me to eliminate B. Okay, why? Why? No? You're changing your mind, Robin? Okay. We never know with Robin. Yeah, okay. B is the answer. Yeah, okay. Why is B the answer? Do you want to tell us, Robin? Do you want to give us one or two reasons? I'll give Robin a hand if he's a bit shy. Okay. B is the answer. In this paragraph, he talks about when he's young. Yeah. So he talks about how it began for him. Yeah. In this paragraph, he talks about how he enjoyed mountain biking and the meaning it gave to him in his life. All right. So he takes it seriously. Okay. In this paragraph, he talks about training hard. Yeah. So we've got everything. Yeah. He takes it seriously. He trains hard. We talk about his childhood, and he talks about how it makes him feel. Yeah. Let me highlight those for you. Okay. Started cycling when I was a kid. Yeah. How it began. Train hard. Okay. He takes it seriously. And it leaves you no time to worry. Okay. Yeah. So what he gets out of it, he gets to relax and disconnect. Yeah. Okay. So all the ideas match. All right. And on the other hand, in terms of eliminating, there's no connection with mountain biking, then becoming an artist. It's the other way round. Yeah. So that's not correct. And D, he does not discover mountain biking late in life. This paragraph tells us he started when he was a kid. All right. So again, you can apply these strategies, underlining, looking for the same ideas, eliminating answers, though you will probably have a good idea of what the answer is after you've done questions 11 to 14. Yeah. So that is part 3. Quick summary. Okay, let's move it on here. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'll just find the right page, guys. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Part 3, quick summary. It's a long paragraph of text. There are 5 questions, multiple choice, 4 options. Underline the key ideas in the questions and in the text. For 11 to 14, the paragraphs match the questions. So paragraph 1, 11, paragraph 2, 12, paragraph 3, 13, etc. Paragraph 15 tests your global understanding of the text. All right. The usual strategies apply: underlining, eliminating options which are incorrect, looking out for distractors. Yeah, it's always the same with the reading. And in fact, if I get to do lessons on the listening, strategies are very similar too. So let's move it on. Once you've done that part 3 of the exam, as always, as I often tell you, you're going to shade in your answers on the answer sheet while you're doing the exam. Don't leave it till the end, because if you leave it to the end, you may run out of time, and this is what you get marked on. Okay? Yeah, if you come to classes, this is not the first time I've said this, but it's important. So, my tip of the day. All right, I said that if you stayed with me, I would give you some uses of this word kick off, which is a phrasal verb meaning to begin. And yes, if you guess right, it comes from football. It is used everywhere nowadays. All right, let's kick off this meeting. Let's start this meeting. If you're in the speaking, would you like to kick off, or shall I start? Yeah, shall I kick off? Let's kick off, shall we? If you want to write about something and you want to make a point in the writing exam, I want to kick off by saying that I totally agree with your plan. Yeah. Now this is a great little phrasal verb. It's, I would say, B2, B1, B2. Okay. So this will get the examiner thinking. This will get the examiner excited. Yeah. I'm a pet writing examiner and a pet speaking examiner. If I hear someone use that, I'm going to say, yeah, this guy or this girl knows what they're talking about. Okay, that is a nice use of that word, right? So that's a little tip, all right? Luis, you've said kick off an employee. No, kick off means begin. What you mean is close, and is kick out an employee, all right? Let me just write that in the chat for you, okay? Kick out an employee, all right? Okay, an example, I got kicked out of my job, yeah? In other words, I was fired or made to resign. Yeah? Okay. That's kick out, Louis. A different verb. Okay. Again, that's a B2 verb as well, even a C1 verb. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's move it on. Okay. Yeah. Quick. Any questions and answers? Lewis has already asked me about kick out. Okay. Have a look in the chat. You can have a look at my explanation there. Any other questions? I love questions. Yeah. Okay. Please ask me. Yeah. It gives me an opportunity to help you guys. So write something in the chat and I'll give you an answer right now. I'll sit and twiddle my thumbs. Yeah. I'm not in any rush. So feel free to write something to me. Give me a question about the exam. Okay. And I can hopefully provide you with an answer. Any questions, my friends? No questions, guys? No more questions today. It would seem not. Okay. Well, in that case, I will say thank you very much for attending. I hope this has been helpful. This class happens every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Like the session, subscribe to our channel, set your notifications so that you know when we've got classes. We also have videos as well, grammar videos, videos on exam technique, and we offer private classes or group classes if you need that extra bit of help. So sign up with us. Yeah. And otherwise, I'll say thank you very much. We'll wrap up there. All the best, guys. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.